Good morning, my hearties. A very good morning to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue, and I thought I'd pop up to say a very good morning to you. It's 7:11, the time that up until 1938, the RMS Columba would have been leaving Glasgow, Brumallow or Bridgeworth, and she would have been off down to Tarbert and Ardrishig. RMS Columba, 1878 to 1938. Have a look at that. I think you'll like that on the River Clyde in Glasgow in Scotland. Say hi to everybody. Susie's just joined us. Morning, Susie. How lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky-doo to you from Scottie McClue. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I thought you could all do with a little bit of McClue in the morning. What you'll find out is that nowadays television is so poor that there isn't really anything for us. So I thought I'll pop up and say hi to the nation just for a bit of information, entertainment and education. You can't beat that, can you? Can't say fair on that. Yes, Dinky-doo. Yes, 420. And Dinky-doo to you. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, folks. Make sure you spread the word. Never, ever, ever miss a second of Scottie McClue, or you miss a moment of life, and that's just not fair on you. That's what I say. Jay's just joined us. Dinky-doo, Jay. Tell us where you're watching from, folks, when you come to join us. Say hi and tell us where you're watching from. Boxer just joined us. Dinky-doo. Richard has joined us. Richard, how lovely to see you, and a very good morning to you. Good morning, Scottie. Dinky-doo, says Susie. Susie, Dinky-doo to you. So lovely to have you with us, I say to you. Now, who else we've got? There's Billy and Toby. Dinky-doo, welcome to Scottie McClue live in the morning. Big pop-up just for you. Richard has got the number 2 gifter badge. Richard, you are so generous to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, I say. Now, who have we got here? Captain in Glasgow and Angela, welcome. A very good morning to you. Always come and join. Set your notifications. If you see Scottie McClue, you say, get on and follow him. I say, yes, I will follow him. Anne's just joined us. Hello, Anne. Lovely to have you. This Captain says, hi, Scottie. Hi, Captain. Captain, why do you spell Scottie with a Y when it's very clearly I-E? I don't mind, but it's just interesting. You know, somebody there that's S-C-O-T-T-I-E right in front of somebody, has been for 32 years, and somebody goes S-C-O-T-T-Y. Maybe it's easier, I tell you. Captain has sent me gifts. You're up early today. Well, no, I'm up early every day. I'm just broadcasting early. I'm live streaming early. See what I just did there? I tell you. Morning and Dinky-doo says JHT. JH Toms, what a top man. And we will hear from you at some point. Yes, indeed. I have no doubt of that. I can tell you, because there's been quite a bit of water under the bridge. You know, it's a good one, that, isn't it? Water under the bridge, I tell you. Good morning, Dinky-doo. Catch up soon, absolutely. And there is no rush. All is well. That's what I tell you. People are dashing at this time in the morning. I mean, it's just coming up to 7:15, for goodness sake. 7:15 in the morning. And this should be the way every week comes up. Captain has been so generous. Captain, what are you doing? The captain is giving me red roses. And that is such a beautiful thing to do. I tell you, we ask for nothing in Scottie McClue, but we do, we're buying equipment and advertising. And there is a GoFundMe doing the rounds. So if you see that, stick a quid in it. Great to finally put a face to your voice. I used to listen to you in prison. Good morning to you. Ah, Ronnie, you're a prison officer. How excellent. Hello from Beverly Hills in California. I think I'll come out to the Beverly Hills Hotel and stay there. Somebody said, go to America, Scottie. You would clean up with the audiences. They would love you in the United States of America. And of course, you're going to have Mr. Trump with you in a week's time. How amazing is that? Thank you for the heart me's, Captain. You're very kind. Good morning from Ayr. Good morning. Definitely, says Ronnie. 100%. Did you like what I did there, Ronnie? I tell you. Ronnie's having a good old laugh. No, you guys were amazing. And you used to all write to me as well. Load of letters. Mainly to say you hadn't done it. That was the one, you know. And I remember talking to a prison governor down south, and I said, the boys all write to me, you know. I adore you, Scottie, says the captain. Captain, we salute you, sir. And so I spoke to the prison governor, and I said, a lot of the boys write to me. And he went, oh, yes. I said, they're telling me they haven't done it, and they shouldn't be in there. And he said, oh, I've got 500 innocent people in there. That's it. Just a bit of fun on his part. He knew that, every day protested their innocence to him. There we are. Dinky-doo, Scottie. Hello from Coatbridge. Andy, frae the Coatbrig. How lovely to have you with us. Somebody was once asked what Coatbrig was like, and he said it's the same size as the Vatican, but a lot more Catholic. Good morning from Maidstone. Maidstone and Kent, Richard. We love it. The Medway. I told you I turned up at Maidstone to audition for TVS at the time. That was your ITV company, TVS. What a super company as well. And I just didn't get in by a whisker. I think the chap said to me it comes across a little bit Scottish. I thought, I wonder why that is. So there you go. Captain, what are you doing? Captain is emptying his bank account into Scottie McClue with team bracelets. It's so very, very kind of you all, guys, and really appreciated. But as I say, Scottie McClue is always free at the point of delivery. And get yourselves onto the YouTube channel. You'll see the URL up at the top of the bio. Give it a tap, subscribe, and watch the movies. It's a modern alternative to television. Watching Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. Good morning, Scottie from Balloch, says Damien. Damien, we love Balloch. What more can I say? I tell you, there's a song with that. What more can I say? I tell you. Tam's just joined us, Paddy's joined us, and Carla's has joined us. Guys, always tell me where you're watching from. I think that's better. It makes it far more exciting for people to watch. They go, oh, what's this? People are scrolling through, and suddenly they see McClue and they go, what on earth's this? You say, Scottie McClue, just for you, saying dinky-doo. And that's what it is. Hi, it's Steve in Middlesbrough. Oh, we love Middlesbrough. The Borough, eh? I used to broadcast to the Borough on TFM. What are you dressing up for as Halloween? Well, Captain, as you know, Halloween is the one night of the year I don't have to dress up, you know? And my missus, she gets a new brush from the ironmongers every year. We think it must be an ancient tradition. A new broom sweeps clean. I better watch what I'm saying. She's down in the kitchen at the moment. She's making tablet. Yeah, you can't beat that, can you? Hi, says Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Lovely to have you with us. And Matthew has joined us. And Shadrach has just joined us. Guys, time for a general sup. It's 7:20 in the morning in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And I've got a lemon juice here, like a barley water. Remember, people used to drink barley water at things like Wimbledon. Good morning, Scottie, says Goose. Good morning, Goose. How lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky-doo from Scottie McClue. Get following, everybody. We need about 100 followers this morning. And there's no excuses. Everybody on TikTok should follow Scottie McClue. There is never an excuse not to. Morning, everybody. Good morning, Scottie. Good morning. Because, as I say, follow us as soon as you can, guys. So lovely to have you with us for this morning's pop-up. It's Thursday or Thor's Day. The day of Thor. I tell you, was Thor not the god of war? Guys, like, share, follow, and gift. Charlie B. What can I say to you except thank you so much? I was saying the other day, with very, very, very few exceptions, TikTokers are beautiful people. And, it's just amazing. And the YouTubers are without equal. But if you want really, really, really high quality, get onto the YouTube channel as well. So there we are. So Scottie McClue's TikTok's Top Talk Show. Try saying that. And a nice bit of practice for you. And then also the Scottie McClue Talk Show. Or you can take the out, just Scottie McClue Talk Show. So you can shout out, Alexa, Scottie McClue Talk Show on YouTube. And she goes, getting that for you. We love it, I tell you. Right, here we got there's H-Coy. There's John and Sinky, and Dave's just joined us. Welcome, everybody. I know it's first thing in the morning for a lot of people, but it's so lovely to have you with us. And I need about 20 or 30 followers would be ideal if you could pop on just now and share this. Share all the little videos, because they're made with love for you. You see, I think I don't get anything out of this, I tell you, apart from just loving you guys. There's Gurung. Gurung's just popped up, I tell you. Now, never stroll, never troll. Once you've found Scottie McClue, then stick with us. Never, ever, ever miss a second. If you miss a second of Scottie McClue, you miss a moment of life. I tell you. Morning, did you used to live in Chuchter Hill, Billy? Or Chuchter Hill? Chuchter Hill. Are you asking, was I a Chuchter? Whereabout is Chuchter Hill, Billy? I don't mean you're a hillbilly. I meant hill, and then a pause, and then Billy. Yeah, that sort of thing. So tell us where it is, Billy, and I'll tell you if I've lived there. Because I have lived in a whole variety of places, you know. It's near Ibrox, right? Is it near the Copeland Road? As I was walking down the Copeland Road, I met a bunch of strangers. Says I to them, I'm off to see the famous Glasgow Rangers. Is that right? Are you the guy from the Still Game episode? No, Lily, but I was apparently Scottie McClue. You can look it up. The original inspiration for Still Game. So there you are. Yes, indeed. Gavin heard you mention it in your show. The Shield Hall Road. Oh, I know the Shield Hall Road. Yes, indeed. Up, you can back, it's kind of back entrance to the city. That is the hospital now. Along Shield Hall Road towards Curry. I know where you are. I know where you are. Chucker Hill. Chucker Hill is at the back of the old light bulb factory. When I was a wee boy, there were no motorways. Here we go. I do beg your pardon. I have had a chist. Oh, we've all got a chist, haven't we? And I'll take a sup. Oh, that's lush. Yes, indeed. There was no motorways, and the main road went along the Shield Hall Road. And I suppose it would be towards Braehead nowadays. And there was a 1930s light bulb factory, the Osram light bulb factory. And it must have been like an advert. It was all lit up at night, you know. It was wonderful. You must forgive me. This is shocking. Right, here we go. Oh, that's better. Now, Debbie has got the number 2 gifter badge. I tell you. Drummoyne. We know the Drummoyne, yes. Still game is funny, you know, Mick. Remember, I was the original inspiration. And apparently I'm one of the funniest people on the planet. I don't see it, but other people do. So I think maybe your trouble, Mick, is that you've not got any sense of humour. Might be that. There you are. You see, we're great to point the finger, but we should check ourselves first. I mean, remember, I've made my living from entertainment for 40 years. Television, radio, 2 billion people know me, Mick. So you've got to ask that 2 billion people, a fifth of the world's population, what they see in Scottie McClue. And they might see something that you can't. There you go. Okay. And maybe you're no funny. I've never said I was funny. I work next to the lunar lamp at Shield Hall. How amazing, Billy. Good morning, Scotland. Lars, good morning. Now, Sean, that's not funny. I think what we'll do with Sean, we'll give him... no, we'll mute Sean. We'll not ban him. We've muted him. There he goes. And then he can't, because that wasn't very funny. So there you go. I tell you, no, I've never ever said I was funny, but apparently I am. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky do. You're watching Scottie McClue. Hashtag FloatEye, the first lord of the internet, all in uppercase. I tell you. While you're up early, I didn't expect this. Oh, Jono. Yes, I am the master of the unexpected. Good morning, dinky-doo, kilted warrior. Good morning and dinky-doo to you. Say something like, says Foggy. Well, I like that. Phone-ins, really, says Billy. I would say, Billy, yes, I'm a phone-in man. But only for 32 years. So there we are. So I'm still learning. How are the Glasgow Rangers doing? Well, the Glasgow Rangers, regardless of scores, are always outstanding. And I saw the Glasgow Celtic. So, you know, WATP and Hail, Hail. So there you go. They are funny, Scotty. Thank you, Billy. Dinky-doo. Now, who have we got here? Pop 34 and Retro have just joined us. A very, very good morning to you. So lovely to have you with us. And I mean that. I tell you. Good morning, our Scottish neighbour. How's the creek? Fearless. We're loving hearing you from Ireland there now. What are they outstanding at? They're outstanding at survival. Because Glasgow Rangers have played continuously since 1872. How many other things have survived commercially since 1872? I tell you. Now, who else have we got here? And then the Celtic came later. They were the Johnny-come-lately of Glasgow football. Now, what have we got here? Oh, hi, Scotty. I could mind listening to you on the radio. You were good. Wee Jenny, how lovely to have you with us. And dinky-doo, you're good as well. Just got the number 2 gifter badge. Big Jake. Jake, how good is it that you could join us this morning? How amazing is that? I tell you. Right, what else have we got here? Annabelle's with us. Always lovely to have you with us. Thank you for joining. How am I doing for time we've been up? I always say on here, I'll just pop up for a minute. And it never is a minute. Guys, get following as soon as you can. If you haven't followed Scottie McClue, now's your chance. The Glasgow Strangers, says Paul McMahon. Is that what you're calling the Celtic? So we've got Glasgow Rangers and Glasgow Strangers. Rangers were born 2012. No, Sparky boy. You're talking business stuff. Behind the scenes admin, you're not talking club football. Club football Rangers were born in 1872. The McNeil brothers, walking through the Kelvin Grove Park, I think, said, let's start a football team, and it still goes to this day. So don't be put off by, well, no, the club wasn't, Jake. Jake's going, the club was liquidated. No, the club wasn't. Maybe businesses changed a bit, but nothing to do with the club. And Jack's going, died 2012. No, Jack. You need to go and support Rangers. Why don't we have, here's a thing for you. Here's an idea. To save people putting down silly things like that. Castle Milk, says Billy. Dinky-doo, we love Castle Milk. To save people putting down stuff like that, why don't we swap supporters for a month? So if you're a Celtic supporter, you become a Rangers supporter for a month. You need to get a new scarf and Tammy with a Tory. And also, what you could do here, yeah, they had to start at the bottom, we know about that. If you're a Celtic supporter, you become a Rangers supporter. If you're a Rangers supporter, you become a Celtic supporter for a month. What if the Reformation never came to Scotland? If the Reformation had never come to Scotland, then we would all still be Roman Catholic. Yeah? Now, there's somebody shouting 1690. Well, you see, the problem here, in 1690, it was a wee skirmish, and the Protestants wore green, yes, and they all ran away. So I think what you should do now to commemorate 1690 is move everybody over, say you can commemorate it in Ireland. There you go. What about that for you? I tell you. Correct. I'm back, Scotty. My mobile switched off, so it wasn't charged up. Captain, you must charge your mobile, because you never know when Scottie McClue's going to pop up. You don't want to miss a second. Correct? There you go, I tell you. They had to start at the bottom because they were voted down there. Well, yes, but I mean, that's pretty brave, David, to have to start at the bottom and pull yourself back up by your bootlaces. So I think all credit to Rangers. Now, if you're a Celtic man, hail, hail, where would you be if Rangers had gone doing this money? You would have nobody to play, and everybody would just have left you and walked away. They're saying, I don't get the Celtic now because they don't play the Rangers. Stick with McClue, guys, and you'll get the truth. Now, what do we got? Roman in the Gloamin', John Young. Roman in the Gloamin'. I'll tell you, I think Harry Lauder wrote that when he stayed at Laudervale in Dunoon. Roman in the Gloamin'. I think so. Hedo says, is he a loyalist? Well, what do you mean a loyalist? Everybody should be a loyalist. Everybody should support the Crown. Everybody. Or leave the country. So I think everybody should be a loyalist. And people need to say to Rangers fans, Celtic fans, human beings, support the monarchy, 100%. And that's when you get your Scottish independence, you see. Was watching last night, Fawlty Towers followed by Ramsey Nisbet, Brilliant comedy at its best, sir. Fearless. It is excellent. A lot of that came out of a wonderful thing in Scotland called the Comedy Unit. Yes. And I always thought that the BBC should have adopted SCOTTIE McCLUE, and we could have made lots of stuff for them. But it's never too late. There we are. We'd be making Champions League money. Absolutely, Jake. I tell you. Now, you're talking Chef Scotty. Jack, I have never, ever, ever talked shecht in my life. What you mean is you don't understand the quality of what I'm talking. So that's what people do. If they don't understand something, they go, you're talking shecht. That's a load of shecht. That's what happens. So try and open your mind, Jack. Big thinking. I love your picture of Christ of St. John on the cross. There we are. People doubted Jesus as well. Doubting Thomas. So there you are. So I think you've got a touch of doubting Thomas, Jack. His house was a Straven. One of his houses was a Straven, Lauder Hall. He built that. But his house was Laudervale at the Bullwood in Dunoon. That's where he lived for a long time. And then he bought Glen Branter. And if you're driving the road along Loch Exide, you might spot a little sign that says Lauder Cairn. And if you get yourself up there, you'll see Lady Lauder's grave. Was it Mary Valance? And Captain John Lauder was his son, who was killed in the First World War. He was with the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders. And if you're ever in Dunoon, John Young, get yourself over towards the Queen's Hall, just below the castle and Heelan Mary, and you'll see the War Memorial. And if you look at the War Memorial, you'll see on it Captain John Lauder, A and SH, Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders. So there you go. And then latterly he moved to Lauder Hall in Straven, a sort of Edwardian palace. So there you are. Not my king, Scotty. Yes, Sparky Boy. He needs to be everyone's king. Because if you're even remotely interested in Scotland and in independence, we must secure the monarchy and the crown. Otherwise, the Unionists will continue to beat you with a stick, and they will be 50% of the vote in any independence vote, and independence will continue to fail because people like you have got your eye shields on. Yes, your daft goggles. So all that, not my king, that's just because you don't understand it. Now there's KS, and he says, Lizzie's in a box. Well, of course she is. She's passed away at 97. But her son is very much the king, and you should support the crown, KS. You were right about the bridge we talked about a while ago. Well done, sir. Oh, yes, John Young, absolutely. Are you a reformed gangster? Says Bishop. Nobody messes with me. Got that? I don't know, what is a reformed gangster? How do you reform them? Thank you, says Jack. Not at all, Jack. What's the royal family done for Mary Hill, Scotty? Everything, Sparky Boy. Everything. If you're going down Garrioch Road, turn off Mary Hill, you'll see beautiful big flats. Now that's called the Wineford and the Barracks. And you'll see a substantial wall. And that wall housed the Mary Hill Barracks. And that was the home of Glasgow's regiment, the Highland Light Infantry. Fantastic. And very often, you had the Highland Light. Queen Victoria came to Glasgow. Glasgow is a Victorian city. Glasgow was called the second city of the empire. Now, all of that comes from the royal family, from Queen Victoria. Glasgow's hospitals the Royal Infirmary, the Queen Elizabeth. Glasgow, or Clydebank, launched two of the biggest ships in the world ever. RMS Queen Mary, RMS Queen Elizabeth. Right? So the Royals are big visitors to Glasgow. So there, I tell you. And Maryhill was a mining village. And then you have the Forth and Clyde Canal. You see? Fantastic. So all that wonderful Maryhill wouldn't be there if it hadn't been decided that it should be there, if the king hadn't allotted the lands. That's where you get the word an allotment. So I tell you, and you look at Queen Victoria's daughter, stayed in Roseneath, not far from Maryhill. I got my first 1 pound coin with King Charles III on it yesterday, Scottie. So proud. Captain Glasgow, we salute you, sir. I tell you. There we go. Huey Crane says, I'm an American. Yes. Hader's from Moss Blown in Ayrshire. We love it where the moss got blown away. Now, who else have we got? Dinky Doolah, user 242. Radio Scotland's playing just for you. So beat the band and join the clan on station 242. That was the old pirate Radio Scotland. Do you like Unionist? Well, I think we prefer independence. And I think Scotland will regain her independence. And I noticed yesterday in the budget that Labour, they're not calling themselves New Labour now. It's just Labour. So, but they're not like old Labour, you know what I mean? They're not for the people. But they've given a bit more of Scotland's money back to Scotland. They're still going in this Barnett thing. Scotland should actually run the money, I tell you. Monarchies are for the weak? No, Alex. Monarchies for the strong. Are you calling Britain weak? Remember, Britain's had a monarchy for 2,347 years. Most journalists disagree with me because they don't do the research. It's a Celtic thing from Ireland, the monarchy. And the chap, was it... what was the chap, Griffiths, that founded Sinn Féin? He was a big monarchist. And you've got the Crown of Ireland, you see. And Scotland took over the monarchy, the English Crown, in 1603. So you go right back to the descendants of Rees. So monarchies are for the strong. Anybody without a monarchy is weak. You look at Republican across the world, weak, wishing they had a monarchy. America would love to have a king. They've got the nearest thing. They've got King Donald. Yes, and he'll be in charge next week, I tell you. Oklahoma City. Scotty's a Maryhill man. I am Sparky. You sounded like the big man, Scotty. I thank you. Now, Scotland made a covenant with God. The UK needs to get back to God. I think that's correct. Yes, nobody can argue with you there. You made a very good point. Glasgow's Treasure Chest is an old book I'd recommend. I tell you. Am I in it, John Young? General Sup, guys, the time is 7:45 in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. General Sup, if you've got tea, this is lemon. That is lush. I tell you. Dinky Doo, Scotty, Don Fandango. How lovely to have you with us. Captain Glasgow, thank you. Can you tell me about the Stuart clan, please? Yes, I can. Banny, I don't know, where are you based? because that would help me to start. But my family gave the monks of Paisley the land on which to build Paisley Abbey. Yes? And it was started by Walter Steward. He was the great steward of Scotland for the king. And Steward became Stuart, and that was the start of the Stuart family. And then they were kings and queens right through until 1714. So about 700 years. There you are. Morning, Scotty boy. They're also scroungers. Now, Jack Jenkins, I don't know who stuffed your head with that nonsense. The very last thing the Royals are is scroungers. They are self-financing. Yeah. They bring in things like £2.5 billion. And they cost us 168 million. So the Royals cost the equivalent of a packet of crisps. Now you look at how much you cost. So maybe you, Jack, are the scrounger. Because the Royals are self-financing. Are you self-financing, Jack? Do you cost us more than a packet of crisps every year? So you see where somebody stuffed your head with nonsense, Jack, or you'd never say that. And you've got Christ of St. John on the Cross. We love it. The Salvador Dali. Now you see, a wonderful man, Dr. Tom Honeyman. He was a medical doctor, but he was in charge of the arts for Glasgow in the 1950s. Tom Honeyman, great character. And he bought Christ of St. John on the Cross for £8,000 roundabout. He did a deal with Salvador Dali, the artist, Spanish gentleman. I'm on the Bovril this morning to keep the cold at bay, says Bonnie Rigrose. And everybody pilloried Tom Honeyman for spending all that money. It could have gone to a hospital and all that. That painting now is priceless. There you are, a visionary. You see visionaries. Scotty's an IQ bigger than Einstein. He knows what he's talking about. You should all listen. Captain Glasgow, my IQ is 164. And I've been told that's good. So thank you for that. Glasgow, hello, Buddy Ox. Dinky do. We don't need a crown in this day. You will always need a crown. And I'll tell you why you need the crown. The very fact you think you don't need the crown shows that the crown's doing a fantastic job. Yeah? If you didn't have the crown, what would your symbol of authority be? And the royal family are the curators and custodians of the crown. So where would you be without the crown and the money it brings in? Tell me about the Sevgo clan. The Sevgo clan are quite fantastic. I tell you, they're what we call saviours. Always knew I was a princess. There you go, Benny Knox. I tell you, I pay for them. Jack, you don't pay more than, I think it's £1.60 a year. They pay for you. Newsflash. Newsflash, Jack. So somebody stuffed your head with all this. I'm paying the highest taxes in the UK here. Is this in Scotland? But that's because we've got outstanding services. Listen, you can knock the SNP government as much as you like. I'm apolitical. I'm not bothered one way or the other. I don't have an agenda. That's why I'm so popular. But I can tell you, they've been in power for about 18 years. Why do you think the Scottish people are voting them in if they're not outstanding? Why do you think they've lasted 18 years if they're not outstanding? And they've lost an absolute champion. His funeral was it yesterday? The day before yesterday. I'm losing track of time. It's in the Kelvin Grove Museum. I know, Jack, I've seen it. And they've put glass in it. What did you think of the Aberdeen game? I didn't see it. I had other things to do. You see, I run a YouTube channel, and you must pay it a visit. All it is Scottie McClue Talk Show. Shout at your Alexa. Alexa, play Scottie McClue Talk Show on YouTube. Getting that for you. There you are. Fantastic. And then you'll get your education. Here's Double. Double's confessed to being a funny horn shaker. Oh, you've not got one of these wet fish handshakes, have you? I remember I worked with a guy. He turned out to be an absolute horror bag. But he had a wee handshake. He grabbed your hand like that. Proper gentleman's handshake. Nothing funny about it. Scottie, I'm going to have that bottle I was saving for someone's birthday. It's your fault, Scottie. Captain Glasgow, you saved that for your 75th birthday. Agree, well said, my man. On the Scots. People need educated candy. That's why Scottie McClue does this. Right? I don't have to do this, but I want to do this because I want people to be educated. Scotland is the most educated country in the world, and we don't want standards to slip. Scotland had 4 universities when poor old England just had 2. We had Aberdeen and St Andrews and Glasgow and Edinburgh. And now there's about another half dozen universities. And poor old England had to stagger by with Oxford and Cambridge. And if you go to Oxford, Oriel College and Balliol College are effectively Scottish colleges. So we do need to educate the world, and I am your man. R.I.P. Alex Salmond, absolutely, Jack. Scottie, no clue. Now, TT, why would you ever say that? You're talking to a man with 2 degrees, an IQ of 164. Yeah? I've had to prove myself for 40 years on national television and national radio throughout the UK, live, for 3 hours a night, unscripted, talking to the nation. So why would you say, Scottie, no clue? Did you think you were being a wee smarty? So shall we call you No TT? That's what we'll call you. Cutie, thank you, Iona, you're very kind. I love this. R.I.P. Alex Salmond, may God rest his soul. Absolutely, Ange. The man was bordering on the genius and did a lot for Scotland. Aberdeen played Rangers off the park. Great run there. I tell you, yes, the Dons have come back a bit. I can tell you, when I worked in Aberdeen, the manager of the Dons was Alex Ferguson, Sir Alex. And then when I moved to Manchester in 1998, so that was 1984, when I moved to Manchester in 1998, the manager of Man United, just at the back of me, not much further than these pictures, was Sir Alex Ferguson, and they won everything. So there you go. So well done, the Dons there. How did they get on with... who was it that played down here? Was it Darvel? How did the Dons do with Darvel? I'll grab your hat off. Do you like it, Alfie? Sleep with one eye open, says Shelby. Shelby's in town. Oh, I think we could close both eyes safely with Shelby. I'll buy another bottle of Malibu. I'm just enjoying this life too much. Captain, what are you like? I can't believe we've been up, guys, for 45 minutes and 5,700 likes. Tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap. There we are. I'm around the corner from Glasgow University. I know where you are, Candy. I stayed in Maryhill. No, you don't, says Alfie. Bros Megamind, says Shelby. Megamind, Shelby, so are you. Clever, clever, clever person. Thank you. I could listen to you all day, Ange. You're very, very kind. That's what you are. Kind. And we need more kindness. have you been teaching your dog to beg? I taught my dog to beg, and he came back with 20 quid. I'll give you a knuckle sandwich, mate. Would that be a chicken's knuckle in the sandwich? Because I've heard that if you give somebody a real hard belt with your knuckle sandwich, they go, is that midges? Are the midges bad tonight? I thought I felt a midgie there. I tell you, Shelminator, you took my old neighbour's hat. I've got loads of hats, Alfie. It's a bonnet, says Jack. It is, Jack. It's not a hat, it's a bonnet. Hi, Scottie, from sunny Greenock by the sea, Gleva, by the splash there, along the splash in Greenock. We love it. Darvel beat them, and a good team won it. That's right, Darvel. Darvel thrashed Aberdeen, didn't they? Now, here we are. We've got Shazza. You don't hear it so much now. Darvel, Darvel. I tell you. Do you watch my TikTok vids, Scottie? I've done a lot of tribute videos for Big Alex. I think, Captain, I have seen them. I will do. So lovely to have you on here. We loved Alex. Give them a Glasgow kiss. Oh, no. Just give them a kiss. You're hilarious, my friend, lol. Mark, thank you. We had a guy on telling me I wasn't funny, so we muted him. I'm from Ayrshire, says Ange. Ange, how could you possibly ever be criticised for being from Ayrshire? It's lovely. The old joke, you know, when the guy goes in and the butcher was standing at the fire in his shop, and somebody said, is that your Ayrshire bacon? He went, no, I'm just warming my hands. Alex Salmon was such a great singer. Oh, beautiful, Captain. Did you hear him singing The Rowan Tree? Outstanding. That should go to #1. And somebody on the other day about the YouTube channel. Now, the YouTube channel has had 1.5 million people watching it in the last 28 days. 1.5 million people watching it. And yet, there's only, I think, about 20,000 subscribers. So how does that work? Somebody tried to tell me, they said, no, with YouTube, not everybody's a member. They're not all signed in. Well, you see, my YouTube channel has got perhaps the world's finest movies. Jabba from Star Wars. What about Jabba from Crocodile Dundee? Do you remember he was going to meet Wally at Jabba Point? Remember that? Crocodile Dundee. What a fabulous movie that is. Now, how do I get one of the bonnets? Well, I've got stacks of them here. There's another one there. I'll see if I can get it for you. Hang on. Let me see if I can reach this. It's a bit of a stretch. Oh, for goodness sake. What you like? Oh. Come on. Over you come. That's the point. There. We've got this one for you. And this is from a lovely shop, which I adore. Hogs of Fife. Can you see that? It might be back to front. And this is an absolute belter. I'll stick it on for you. Oh! Do you like that one? So there you go. One of the bonnets there. Are you Jabba from Star Wars? No. I'm Wally from War Stores. I tell you, yes, I dusted it. Rabbi Buns is from here, so Rabbi Buns is indeed. Yes, indeed. What a great character he was. Yes, I did a duet. Ah! Celtic or Rangers to see. See, morning, hello. Morning, hello to you. See, what I would do, see, is go and see them both play and then just make your mind up. The way Scottie explains is comedy gold. Oh, yes. Quick change. This is why I do pantomime. I'm a quick change artist there. Are you Glaswegian? Well, I'm adopted Glaswegian. I'm a Greenokian. And I'm proud to be a branch of the green oak tree. See what I just did there? I tell you. Now, have you all followed me, guys? That's not a knife. This is a knife. I love that when they try and rob him. And she goes, Nick, he's got a knife. And he goes like this. This is a knife. And I like the other one when he's wearing his jacket in the downtown pub with all the sort of gangsters. And the guy goes, what do you think your chances of getting out of here wearing that jacket are? And he goes, fair to middling. And then he gets the guy's hair pinned to the wall with his knife. I tell you, Scotsmen don't exist anymore. God bless you, Sir Jambo Jr. We love having you with us. This is my story. This is my song. Scotland people are good people. They're not just good people, Tuesdays, they're outstanding. If you get a chance to talk to a Scots person, so beautiful, Alex sang that song with such easy. Alex was a natural. Captain Glasgow he was. There's Big Duncan Dundee. Aye, him all right, pal. Him sterving, him after a pay. I tell you, that's a belter. Did you like that one, Jack? Oh, aye, Celtic. Paul from Ayrshire, one of your better calls on radio. Oh, Jack Jenkins, we've had outstanding calls on radio. Remember, I've been on radio for 32 years, and we still take phone calls on a Saturday night at 9 o'clock. Not too many, but we get them. We get maybe 200 or 300 calls coming in, but we only take 2 or 3 because I want to talk to people on the TikTok, you see. Have you been to Dundee? Cold winter was howling o'er moor and o'er mount, and wild was the storm in the dark raging sea. When I met up at daybreak a bonny young lassie who showed me the road and the miles to Dundee. What about that one? To the Lords of Convention up Claver who spoke, ere the King's crown go down, there are crowns to be broke. And brave Ginny Warsaw, 1003, says, hey for the bonnets of bonny Dundee. What about that? Viscount Claverhouse, John Claverhouse, John Dundee. Your royalty in Glasgow, Scottie. Captain, I'll tell you, I once, a load of traders got together in Scotland and said, we want SCOTTIE McCLUE. And they got together with a local newspaper. And they booked SCOTTIE McCLUE. And I went out at 2 o'clock in an afternoon to a town. And they were hanging out the windows and they'd mobbed the streets. And they'd got me a limo, one of the big Daimler DS 420s in silver. None of your nonsense for McClue. And I was in the back there and I was giving it all this. And I also thought it would be quite good, because you never really got this from the royal family. I thought it'd be quite good to shout out the window of the car at them all. What a laugh. And you'd have thought the Queen had come or the King had come. It was just amazing. And I thought, oh my goodness, I just love you, says Ange. Ange, you're so kind. Oh, I mind your chats at night on radio. Some lass, says Kate. William McGonagall would say Dundee, Scottie, best poet. Oh, silvery tea in a tune far away. I loved McGonagall. I think I've got a book on him. I got a book. Can you see behind there? I can't get rid to see. I think there is a book about McGonagall, I'm sure. Aye. Right, guys. There's the omnibus. Can we all see that? McGonagall. Egg and black pudding roll for breakfast. Stop! I haven't had my breakfast yet. I love Mrs. Jack. I love that poetry. A bronze statue. The statue, I must confess, is magnificent to see. I hope it will be long appreciated by the people of Dundee. It has been beautifully made by Sir John Steele, and I hope the pangs of hunger he will never feel. McGonagall. You are my all-time favourite Scotsman. You are very, very kind to me. You are my all-time favourite person in Jersey Beaton. Do you know who the Jersey Lily was? The Jersey Lily. Do you know who that was? I think you should find out. I tell you. Now, what have we got? Pure poetry. Did we like that? Lily Langtry. Wow. Jersey Bean. How good are you? Lily Langtry. And Lily Langtry was the mother of Jeanne Marie. And Jeanne Marie married Sir Ian Malcolm, the diplomat, of Portallach in Argyll. There you are. And my folks remember Lady Malcolm. There we go. And Portallach House, sadly now a ruin, because they had to take the roof off when it should have been saved by the government. This is what governments do. And again, we talked about politics of envy, and Labour governments are the worst. It's like the chase, he just tells you the answer. Of course, the Jersey Lily. And she was beautiful, Lily Langtry. Yes, she was a girlfriend of the king. I tell you. Yes, Edward VII. He was one for the ladies. We just tell you that's like being on the chase. Watching Scottie McClue is like being on the chase. Guys, I'm going to have to dash soon, but it's just been so beautiful to be with you gorgeous, gorgeous people. Scottie, do you talk to Billy Connolly? Sadly, you'll never believe this, but I've never actually met Billy Connolly. But I love him, and I've loved him all my life. And we once, Scottie McClue's video actually outsold Billy's video at the time, believe it or not. You know, incredible. You're still educating the nation, Jack Jenkins. I will have to keep educating the nation as long as there is breath in my body. The people that have come on here, they've gone, Scottie, I thought you were dead. And they're excited. What's your take on Pete and Diesel? Outstanding. Outstanding band. I mentioned them years ago. I think if you and Billy did a live, you would easily take down TikTok. Ah! The man is a genius. A genius. That's the thing. Well, I've put up some of Billy's. If you go to the YouTube channel, you'll see Michael Parkinson and Billy Connolly. Great friends, but oh boy, are they outstanding. Have a look at that. I tell you, I've got to go. I love you. Bye-bye.